Ride across America today, and every few miles you will enter a new public school district. Each is very similar in curriculum, ensuring equal opportunity for all students. Obviously, this did not happen by chance. It was largely a result of the enduring work of Thomas Jefferson. In colonial America, primary education was not an equal right. Class, race, and gender were the main determining factors. However, Thomas Jefferson believed that, for the preservation of freedom, education should be available to everyone. He once said,
"If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be."
So in 1778, Jefferson proposed a bill to the Virginia House of Delegates known as the More General Diffusion of Knowledge. The bill proposed making free public education available to all, and with no regard to wealth, birth, or other accidental condition or circumstance. Jefferson's bill claimed that poverty had deprived the majority to an education, preventing many a genius with virtue from becoming useful instruments for the public. Therefore, he said, we must educate the people at large to illuminate minds, and we must teach them the history of tyranny in other ages and countries, because even under the best government, those entrusted with power have in time and by slow operations perverted it into tyranny. Jefferson claimed that a liberal education of the public will produce more wise and honest citizens, then they will be able to guard the sacred deposits of rights and liberties of our fellow citizens. In a letter to George Wythe, Jefferson wrote,
"I think by far the most important bill in our whole code is that for the diffusion of knowledge among the people. No other sure foundation can be devised for the preservation of freedom and happiness."
Concerning higher education, during the time of the American Revolution, there were 7 places of higher education in America. The primary purpose of all were for preparing men to serve as clergy. So while Jefferson was president, he described an idea for a new university. In a letter to scientist and philosopher Dr. Joseph Priestley, he wrote,
"We wish to establish a university on a plan so broad and liberal and modern as to be worth patronizing with the public support, and be a temptation to the youth of other states to come and drink of the cup of knowledge and fraternize with us."
Then Jefferson enthusiastically cited some courses of study as he envisioned. He wrote,
"I will venture even to sketch the sciences which seem useful and practical for us, as they occur to me while holding my pen. This list is imperfect because I make it hastily."
So in the later years of his life, when he retired to his little mountain in Charlottesville, Virginia, Jefferson designed and oversaw the construction of the University of Virginia. At the center of his revolutionary design was a library in a rotunda instead of the usual church. The rotunda was patterned after the Roman Pantheon. Housing for students and faculty were mixed together in a campus village that flanked the rotunda on both sides. And a common campus ground was in the center. The first state university was a place where, as Jefferson said,
"Scholars and professors could exercise their ingenuity, develop the tools of self-governance, and push the boundaries of knowledge in service to the common good."
And from the terrace of his Monticello home, Jefferson could look out over the town and see the construction. So after 7 years, Jefferson's terrace view finally contained within its site the first state university. In the spring of 1825, when Jefferson was in his 80s, the first classes were held at UVA. Jefferson died 1 year later. The university's website today says the following about Jefferson's masterpiece: discussion, collaboration, enlightenment. These are the ideals to which Thomas Jefferson aspired when conceiving the University of Virginia. In his quest to reinvent higher education in America, Jefferson sought to cultivate an environment in which students and faculty could live and learn from one another. So isn't it only fitting that Jefferson's epitaph includes father of the University of Virginia.